We're sending it down to Atlanta. Mike Breen, take it away.
All right, Mike, and welcome everybody to a Wednesday night in Atlanta, Georgia, as the NBA Play-In Tournament continues from State Farm Arena. It's the Hawks and the Hornets. The winner stays alive for a possible playoff berth, which will begin this weekend. The loser, well, their season is done. And for these two teams, some great point guard plays. We welcome you to NBA Courtside, presented by Chime. Trae Young, third in the NBA in assists per game, fourth in points per game. Another remarkable season for Young. But he's got a bright young guy the other side of the floor, 20-year-old LaMelo Ball, one of the leaders of an offense that's one of the most explosive in the NBA. These two teams, the 9th and 10th seed. The winner tonight will play Friday night in Cleveland. Cleveland losing to Brooklyn, but they're still alive. And if you win 2 in a row, you get to play in the postseason this weekend. And good evening, everyone. Along with Mark Jackson and Jeff Van Gundy, Mike Breen on hand, Lisa Salters with us as well. It's the best time of the year. The NBA postseason beginning now with some extra games in the play-in tournament. And a fun matchup, guys, with some terrific young talent. Mark, let's start with Trae Young in Atlanta. When we talk about the great young players in the game, sometimes he's not mentioned. But you look at his numbers the last couple of years, and especially this year, he is off the charts what he's doing.
And the thing that jumps out to you when you watch him play is his ability to score on the offensive end, so people fall in love with that. I want to pay attention to an underappreciated part of his game, his ability to distribute the basketball. Amongst the league leaders in assists, because of his playmaking ability, makes him a complete package on the offensive end. And everything they do revolves around his presence offensively.
Absolutely. You get some help in the playmaking area with Bogdanovich. Ever since Nate McMillan reconfigured his rotation and brought Bogdanovich off the bench, they have seen, and Bogdanovich has seen, terrific results. Look at the points, look at the attempts. He's more involved when he's coming off the bench, and it's paid huge dividends.
Meanwhile, Charlotte, same record during the regular season as Atlanta, but Charlotte doesn't have the elite scorer like Trae Young, but they do have some terrific young talent like Miles Bridges. Now, Bridges has been a good player, but this year he took a huge leap.
Yeah, he is so very steady, reliable, dependable, and improved. And you look at his numbers, look at that improvement, up nearly 8 points. The rebounds are up, and what I'd like to see is he's making more and more plays. He has a terrific story for the Charlotte Hornets.
A great story and a great year, but are you kidding me? Not the lead story. That's LaMelo Ball, his presence on the offensive end. You're talking about for the franchise in a play-in game, trusting a 20-year-old. And James Borrego, his own coach, talked about when it matters most in the fourth quarter, he feels at ease when the ball is in this young fella's hand. Outstanding superstar.
Well, a lot of good young talent, but for both these teams, their point guards make their engines roar. With more on that, let's check in with Lisa. Hey, Lisa.
Hey, Mike, as you said, Trae Young, LaMelo Ball, both the engines that make their teams go, and both of their opponents' top defensive priorities. Nate McMillan told us that we have got to keep LaMelo Ball and the Hornets from running wild tonight like it's a pickup game. He said he told his guys this morning the only way to slow down speed is to get in front of it. We have to stay in front of LaMelo Ball. As for how the Hornets attacked Trae Young tonight, well, they did a pretty good job of it back in March, the last regular season meeting between these two teams, when Charlotte held Young to just 9 points, his lowest offensive output of the season. James Borrego told us the last thing he wants to see is Trae Young making plays all night long. So the Hornets, they're going to mix it up. They're going to blitz him. They're going to trap Young. They're going to deny him anything and everything they can do to keep Trae Young off balance. As Borrego said, make someone else make a play. Hornets and Hawks in just a few minutes. The studio will be back with more right after the break.
Yeah. I said I feel invisible. It's 100 to the spot. I won't keep going. It's 85 just to walk through. I don't take to these, cause a lot of these be corny.
NBA Courtside on ESPN is presented by Chime.
wish that every guy in that locker room knew how special the playoffs was.
We get into the situation now, we're in the play-in, everybody's 0-0.
We know where we're at.
We know what's at stake. We know what we got to do.
We got to win 2 tough games to get in there. That's what it's got to be.
Like I said, man, it don't mean nothing when you lose.
Losing is not an option.
When you have nothing to lose,
You got to go out and give it your all. I think I just have a different mentality right now.
we're locked in.
Just lock in for real.
Before the ball tip off, we're locked in.
Stay locked in.
We have to take care of right now.
We're going to take care of business.
It's going to be a dog fight. We on the road.
I feel like I've been on the road my whole life.
We got to do it as a team. It's going to be tough.
We got tough-minded people on our team.
Brave step back, fires away. It's good at the buzzer. He's done it again, folks. No way. Yes, sir.
We all have the same mindset.
Having that same mindset.
We have one mindset, and that's to win.
For the win. Yes.
Just do whatever it takes to win.
The right mindset to have.
It's my mentality always.
Here we go, the MetaQuest NBA Play-In Tournament. And a play-in doubleheader for you on this Wednesday night. We start the first game here in Atlanta. 2 potent offenses between the Hawks and the Hornets. As they take a look at the starting lineups, the talented LaMelo Ball, just 20 years old. Terry Rozier averaging over 19 a game. Miles Bridges, P.J. Washington, and Mason Plumlee for head coach James Borrego and the Hornets at 43 and 39. Hawks had the same. They got home court. They got the tiebreaker because of better division record. Young, Herter, DeAndre Hunter, Clint Capella, and Danilo Gallinari in the starting lineup now. Hawks without a key player. John Collins uncertain if he's going to be able to play even if they win tonight and play this weekend. Collins still out with a finger and foot injury. Oh, a fun night here. Elimination game.
Yeah, and Gordon Hayward out for Charlotte. So both teams dealing with major injuries, but they have depth. They have quality depth on both teams.
Well, Atlanta last year had playoff magic as they made it all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals. Meanwhile, Charlotte, their first winning season in 6 years. Last year, they got to the play-in tournament, but got blown out in the first round. A little more experience as we get set to go. Still a lot of seats to be filled. They expect a sellout, but there have been severe traffic problems in downtown, so some of the fans still coming in. And the Hornets, an excellent road team, 21 and 20 during the regular season, over 500, which is a terrific accomplishment, especially for a young team.